All right, let's take a look at another example here of finding the lowest common multiple. And now what we want to do here is 28, 42, and 63. They could, who knows what numbers we're going to have to find and go up to try to get a common one, but we can use prime factorization to solve for that. So let's take a look at 28 right here. 28 is 2 times 2 times 7, or 2 squared times 7. 42 is 2 times 3 times 7, or 2 times 3 times 7. There we go. There's no repeats. And 63 is 3 times 3 times 7, or 3 squared times 7. So we have, again, 3 prime numbers here. Okay, we have 2, 3, and 7. And we're going to end up multiplying these together, but we're not sure what our values are going to be quite yet. If we look at 2, we have 2 squared and 2, so the biggest one is 2 squared. With 3, we have a 3 and a 3 squared, so we're going to use the 3 squared. And with 7, well, all 3 of them have a 7, but they're all exactly the same, so we just have 1 7. So we can choose any one. I'll pick the top one there. Okay. Now we multiply these together, and so that will be 2 squared times 3 squared times 7, and we get a value of 252 as our lowest common multiple. Now the biggest thing here is just being able to prime factor, and if you're able to prime factor, you should have absolutely no problems with coming up with the values. So let's try one more example here. Lowest common multiple of 20, 28, and 36. Thankfully they're all even numbers. That always helps a little bit. 20 is 2 times 2 times 5, or 2 squared times 5. Now sometimes these values are popping back up. You'll see that in one of the previous examples. We had 20. 28 is 2 times 2 times 7, or 2 squared times 7. And 36 is 2 times 2 times 3 times 3, or 2 squared times 3 squared. Okay, now you'll notice here again, we have now 4 numbers. We have 2, 3, 5, and 7, all prime numbers. Okay, we've got to figure out how many of each we're going to have. Well, there's 2 squared, 2 squared, and 2 squared. So each one has a 2 squared. There's only the 1 3, so 3 squared. There's the 1 5 and the 1 7. Now when we multiply this together, we're going to get a bit of a bigger number here. 2 squared times 3 squared times 5 times 7. And we get a total of 1,260, which is our lowest common multiple. So remember, prime factor. Oh, I forgot to circle those there. Find the biggest power of each number. So 2, 3, 5, 7. Find the biggest power of each. And then multiply those together to get our lowest common multiple.